Hey everybody, welcome back to 1 Cent Sports Cards YouTube channel. Today I'm doing another set review, and this time we are going to review the brand new release which comes out today, the 2020 Donruss Baseball, which is the flagship product for baseball for Panini. At the end of this we will have the exclusive Sensational Set Ranking, which you can only find at 1 Cent Sports Cards YouTube channel. This is where we break down a set into 10 different categories and rank it in each of those categories, add up all the scores, which will then give us a Sensational Set Ranking to tell us how good this set is compared to prior sets of Donruss Baseball and against other sets that have been released this year. So before we get to the stay tuned to the end of the video to get that ranking, and then before that what we will cover off on is some of the highlights of the set, the different ways that you can buy Donruss. We will pick out some key cards that you should be looking for if you do buy into this set, and we will tell you who should be collecting, who shouldn't be collecting this set. Inserts, autos, relics, we're going to cover off on all those. And then another thing I've added into these reviews is teams that you should be targeting in breaks. And then finally, I'll cover off on the set positives and the negative aspects to the set. And then finally, we will crescendo on the 1 Cent Sensational Set Rating. So without further delay, let's get into this and check out what 2020 Donruss Baseball has to offer for us this year. First, some set highlights. We'll cover off on this real quick. It is the flagship Panini baseball product. The checklist is 264 cards, and interestingly, there are 3 sets of parallel versions right off the bat. So there is a career stat line set, which has all 264 cards, but it is parallel, and you can tell that by a stat line that is at the top of the card, and all of those are going to be numbered to 500 or less. Then there is a milestone stat line parallel set, which is numbered to 650 or less. And then finally, a season stat line, which is numbered to 400 or less. Now, like I said, all of those have each of those parallels, you can get a whole set, 264 cards. I think cards 263 and 264 are missing, and we'll cover off on that in just a second. So here's how the set checklist breaks down. Per usual Donruss, the first cards 1 through 30 are Diamond Kings. Then you've got your rated rookies, so they've got 30 of those. Then your veterans are cards number 61 through 200. They've got the retro cards, which are 211 to 260 in the set list. Then finally, what will probably be short prints throughout the set, the San Diego Chicken is card number 261. Domingo Ayala is 262, and then finally 2 special rated rookies, Yoshitomo Suzuko and Luis Robert are cards number 263 and 264. There are no parallel versions of those cards. So now what's interesting is those 2 rated rookies at the end. Those are cards that will be first rookie cards anywhere, Topps or Donruss. So as we continue on, here's some more set highlights. So here's where we get into the parallels, the short prints, and the variations. This is Donruss. As you guys know, there are tons of parallels in Donruss. So this year, they've gone with an emoji theme, which obviously is getting mixed reviews. We'll have to see what the cards look like when they show up, for everyone to make their final decision on if they like the emojis or not. But like it or not, here they come. The baby shark emoji, the blue hollow, Independence Day, orange hollow, pink hollow, purple hollow, red, yellow. Then you've got the emoji time. It's the 100 emoji, which is numbered to 100 or less. The on fire, which is 75. The presidential collection is 50. The look at this, which is what you see off to the right of your screen. The artist proof is numbered to 10, press proof, and then you've got your number ones, which is also an emoji, but they are numbered 1 to 1. And of course, you've got printing plates. So let me know in the comments below what you guys think about the emojis. I think it seems to be the thing that most people are talking about with the Donruss set this year. And while you're at it, throw over to first and hit that like button for me if you like the idea of these reviews and kind of these in-depth analyses of these sets. Now, here's how you buy into Donruss. 1, you can buy hobby boxes. Hobby boxes break down with 24 packs. There's 8 cards per pack, so you get a total of 192 cards. The suggested manufacturer retail price is $80, so that'll give you a cost per card of about 42 cents. Now, here's what you get with that. You get 3 autos or memorabilia cards, and I think those can be mixed in any order. You're going to get 7 parallels, 4 Independence Day parallels, and 5 inserts. You can also buy into retail. Obviously, Panini, bigger retail brand than it is a hobby brand. You can get a jumbo pack. That's going to have 30 cards. It'll be around $5. Your cost per card on that, only 17 cents. That's a really low cost per card. Lowest cost per card in any of the formats. And it does offer, exclusive to the jumbo pack only, vector parallels. Then you can get a hanger box, which that's going to cost you around $11. That'll have 50 cards, cost per card of about 22 cents. And that has the retro purple parallels. Then you can get blaster boxes. That's going to have 11 packs, 8 cards in each pack. So you've got 88 total cards. Costs you around $20. So a cost per card going up just a little bit to 23 cents. But that does get you the exclusive diamond parallels, which you can only find in blaster boxes. Then they will be doing mega boxes. Mega boxes also only have 88 total cards, 11 packs, 8 cards, but they are $40. So your cost per card goes all the way up to 45 cents. But what you get for that is 14 hollow pink parallels. You get 1 auto and 1 to 2 Independence Day parallels. So that's why your cost per card is so much higher. You get a guaranteed auto plus 14 parallels, which is actually more parallels than you get in the hobby box, but they will all be hollow pink parallels or Independence Day. So continuing on, those are the ways to buy in. Here's some key cards that I would call out. First, the base cards. Obviously, your big 4 rookies, the Bo Bichette, the Aquino, the Lux, the Alvarez. Obviously, the San Diego Chicken, always a perennial favorite with Donruss. But then you've also got the Yoshitomo Sasuko rated rookie card and the Luis Robert rated rookie. Those are going to be really sought after cards in this set. So those would be the ones that I would call out. And then in the parallels, autos, short prints, relics, and inserts, I think the key things people are going to be looking for this year are going to be the milestone stat line parallels, which we'll get into those in a second. The whammy inserts, which you see to the right. Those are all going to be a case hit, and they'll have parallels on all those too. You've got the classic autographs parallels. Those are going to command probably a lot of money in this set. And then I also think the retro 1986 autos are going to be really, really popular this year. Then you've also got the sky high signatures. Personally, not big on the design of those cards, but I do think that people are going to be going after those. So the question becomes, and by the way, there you can see a sky high auto right to the right there. So the question becomes, who should be collecting 2020 Donruss Baseball? Very first and foremost, collectors on a limited budget. This is a budget-friendly set with a ton of parallels. It'll be fun to open the packs because you should pull a lot of parallels, a lot of rated rookies. There should be something fun in every pack that you open. And as you can see, especially with the fat packs, you can get a low, 17-cent cost per card is a really low cost per card in 2020. I also think that if you are a fan of buying retail for cards, I think retail fans are going to love this set. It's going to be readily available. It's going to be a fun set to open like I covered off on just a couple seconds ago. So if you're a fan of retail, hopping over to the Target or the Walmart and buying some packs, this will be a fun one to be buying over the course of the next couple weeks. I also think that people that collect parallels, ton of parallels throughout the main set and all the insert sets. There's so many. It's kind of what Donruss has become known for. So if you collect parallels, this is a great set for you to be collecting. The other one, Set Builders. This is the flagship Panini baseball product. So always good to have a complete set of the flagship product. Also, rookie collectors. They're, especially with the short print ones at the end of the set, rookie collectors, there are a few rookie cards that Topps doesn't have available as of yet. So if you're looking for rookie cards, you've got the iconic rated rookies in this set. So those are ones you're going to want to go after. And Donruss has beat Topps to the firsts for the ever coveted Luis Robert. Then, hey, if you collect autos, the fact that you can get up to 3 autos in every hobby box and they're only $80 at a suggested retail price, and you've got decent odds for an auto in retail, that is a low cost per auto if you think about it. So if you collect autos, you can get some autos cheap. One downside, a lot of them are going to be sticker autos. Then finally, I think kids are going to love this set. The emoji parallels, whether you like them or not, I think if you have any kid collecting this stuff, they're going to eat up the emoji collection parallels. So I think kids are also someone who should be collecting this set. So that takes us to who shouldn't be collecting this set. First and foremost, secondary market collectors. The historic resale prices on Donruss, the Donruss baseball product, are significantly lower than the Topps flagship product. If you go look at eBay, you will find that even some of the most expensive cards, some of them will command well into the 3 digits, but it's not common for a card to command into 4 digits. But I don't think that's what people collect this set for. But if you are someone that is looking to flip cards, this may not be the set for you. High-end collectors, this is another entry-level flagship, readily available set. This is not for you. It would to pull some of the really, really short print cards, the odds are going to be really long. So there's probably better sets to be collecting if you are someone that wants to be spending $500, $600, $1,000. I think you're better off just buying one of the higher end sets. And then, of course, hey, if you like the MLB logos, as you can see to the right, that's Mr. Gavin Lux. He does not wear a pure blue hat. There would normally be a Dodgers logo on that hat. So if you want logos, you got to stick with Topps. The other people who I don't think should be collecting are people who really like traditional designs. If you are someone who loves Topps heritage, this is a set you probably don't like in regards to design. The new design is very progressive, and it is getting mixed reviews, especially with the emoji parallels. So the other one is, hey, if you collect on-card autos, this is not the set for you. Most of the autos on here are going to be sticker autos. It's kind of common with Donruss, so keep that in mind as well. So let's cover off real quick on some of the inserts, the relics and whatnot, and some of the subsets that you can get. So the first one that you can get for inserts is, it's an American Pride insert set. It's got 26 cards. Now here's what's neat about most of the insert sets. All of them are going to be numbered to $9.99 or less. And then as you can see there's 10 parallels of each. There's so many parallels I can't even list them all. The next one is the As Seen insert set, which you can actually see to the right here. There's 6 cards. This will probably be the most popular insert set of this series. Again, numbered to $9.99 with 10 parallels of each. Then there's divisions. Now what that does is it shows you players from all of the divisions. So you'll have like 4, 5, 6 players on each card. That one doesn't have parallels, which is interesting. Then there's the Dominators insert set. That's got 13 cards in it. The Elite Series, which has 13 cards as well. Again, all numbered to 99, all with 10 parallels. The highlights, which is 12 cards, which is numbered 999 or less. The now playing, which you saw that on the previous slide, that's got 12 cards. The rated prospects, which is probably another one of the more popular insert sets, that's going to have 10 cards. So there are prospects in this set. Keep that in mind. But they are considered an insert and are not part of the base set. But there are rated prospects in here, and the checklist, if you go check it up on Beckett or whatever and go look at the rated prospects checklist, there are some really good prospects in this set. So definitely be on the lookout for those. And then, of course, the rookies, which is rookies that are featured, obviously top name rookies, 8 cards, all numbered 99 or less with 10 parallels each, all the way down to 1 of 1. And then finally, as we covered off on before, the whammy inserts, which are only 5 cards, and those are considered a case hit. So those are going to be pretty rare. So if you hit a whammy, you've got a case hit. Cover off on the autographs here real fast. There's the classic autographs, which will be the most popular ones in this set, but they also are going to be kind of hard to pull. There's 10 cards with parallels. You get a blue one, it's numbered to 99. Gold is numbered 25 or less. There's a couple players that only sign, like, I think it was like 10 or 5 or something like that. And then, of course, there's the black 1 of 1. Then there's the classified signatures, which has 10 cards, going to be current stars, and they've got the blue, the gold, and the black parallels as well. There's a contenders, which is a 4 card, and that's actually got multiple autos on it. So that's from teams. So that's like actually team autos, really cool cards. Only 4 cards in there that would be auto, but you do get multiple autos on those. So kind of cool ones there. And then, of course, the Domingo Ayala Materials Signatures card. There's 1 card there. And then I think the ones that most people will be pulling are going to be, and they look nice, the Retro 1986 Signature cards. 100 card checklist, tons of different parallels. You've got black, you've got gold, pink firework, and then you've also got red. And you see on there the pink fireworks, some of those are numbered all the way down to just 25, but most of them are numbered to 199. With the red, same deal, some of them numbered all the way as low as to 10, but most of them are numbered to 99. The other ones that'll be kind of common to pull is the Signature Series. That's got 51 cards, and then you've got blue, gold, and black parallels of those as well. And then the Sky High Signatures. So these are the ones that we saw a little bit earlier. Those got 10 cards in it, a 10-card checklist, and there's blue, gold, black parallel. And you can also get an autograph of the famous San Diego chicken. There's only 1 card. There's only 86 of them in total. So if you pull that, that's a really hard card to pull, but such a fun one. And then finally with our relics, we've got Donruss Materials relics. There's a 47-card checklist, parallels to red, gold, and black. The black ones do not have a Walker Buehler or a Clayton Kershaw. There is the Retro 1986 Materials. That's got a 50-card checklist, and there are parallels. The red to 99, the gold to 25. Gold to 25, for whatever reason, doesn't have a Darryl Strawberry. And then there is the black 1 of 1. And as you can see, there are current and past stars in the 1986 Materials design. So those should be pretty fun relics right there. And then there are famous San Diego chicken material. Now, I'm wondering if you get feathers. That would be awesome if you do. So if you pull one of those, there's only 1 card. There's only 86 of them. Very tough pull. So not an extensive relic checklist. So on to something that is kind of new for these reviews. The question is, what teams, if you're buying into breaks, do you want to target? I've picked out a few of them that I think will be solid teams for you to get into breaks with. The first one is going to be the Chicago White Sox. You've got Eloy Jimenez and Luis Robert autos in there. And there are 7 total autos in the team checklist. So that's not a bad one. Plus, even if you don't hit, going back to the White Sox for a second, even if you don't hit the auto, there's a good chance that you're going to pull a Luis Robert. I have a feeling those will show up in boxes fairly frequently. Then you've also got, surprisingly, the Cleveland Indians. Not a bad team at all. You've got an Omar Vizquel auto, a Kenny Lofton auto, 2 rookie card autos, and 11 total autos in the set. Now, Omar Vizquel, he is one that is probably going to be getting into the Hall here pretty soon, so nice time to be picking up autos of him. And you could probably trade for the Indians if you're in a random team break pretty easily. And if you're buying, team breaks on eBay or something, you could probably get the Indians fairly inexpensive compared to what some of the other teams will go for. So keep an eye out for the Indians. We've got the Houston Astros, obviously Yordan Alvarez autos, but there's actually 2 different versions of the Yordan Alvarez autos. So there's 2 different cards that you can get it on. There's also a Bregman, Correa, Springer, and Altuve. That's that Contenders autograph. That would be a sweet one to pull. And they've got 8 total autographs in the team checklist. Then you've got the Yankees. There's 3 different variations, which we haven't covered off on variations, but there are variation cards, so if you think about the career stat line ones and all of that, they've got the Glaber, they've got the Judge, there's a Ricky Henderson in there. And if you're a Relics fan, they've got 12 different Relics on their team set list. So a nice one there. Plus they do have plenty of autos. I want to say they had 7 or 8. So the Yankees obviously are going to be a great in a set like Donruss. Then you've got the Padres, who have 12 total autos. High chance of pulling a San Diego Padres auto in any break. I think they've got more autos than anyone else. So you've got the Padres in there, and some of them, Fernando Tatis, some of them are really nice autos. Go check out the checklist. And then finally, you've got the Toronto Blue Jays, which, no surprise here, you've got the Bo Bichette autos, just like Yordan Alvarez. There's 2 different cards, but you've also got a Vladimir Guerrero auto that you can get out of there. So 7 total autos that you can get in the checklist. Plus they have a ton of inserts because of all their young stars and stuff. So if you like those insert subsets, the Blue Jays are a nice team to target as well. So if you're buying into breaks, guys, these are the teams that I would recommend. There's plenty of other good teams as well in this set. And like any set, there's a couple teams that are lacking just a little bit. So overall, here's what I take away from the Donruss Baseball. Here's some of the positives. 1, I do think that it is a great rookie card checklist. It's got the iconic rated rookie logo. There's 32 different rookies in this set. I actually think that it is a more complete set than what the Topps Series 1 flagship came out. So the rookie card checklist, really good in this. Number 2, hey, it is Donruss. It is an inexpensive set. It is known for being an inexpensive set. Anyone can get into this that collects cards. And I think that's a positive. I think it's good that you've got sets that are still inexpensive. I think the mega box option in retail, hey, look, you're getting a guaranteed auto for $40, plus you're getting 14 parallels. That is a great deal for a retail set. The only drawback is it is a sticker auto, not an on-card auto. The other thing, it's Donruss. It is known to have a ton of parallels. So they've got a ton of parallels again this year, whether you like, love, hate, whatever you want to say about the emojis. But fact of the matter is they've got a ton of them and a lot of different serial numbered cards. All of the inserts are serial numbered. So fun stuff to open. And then the other thing is I like the fact that the cost per card in most retail formats is relatively low compared to some of the other retail formats that you might find in Topps and some of the other series like Gypsy Queen and whatnot. And then the other thing I like is there are prospect cards available in that prospects subset. And wait, like I said, if you go look at that checklist, it is a solid checklist of prospects. So those are the positives, but what about the negatives? Here's some of the negatives. The card design is questionable. I've mentioned it a few times, the emoji parallel. This is one of those sets that you were either going to love it or you're going to hate it. I don't think there's a lot of in between on this where people say, it's okay. You're either going to love Donruss or you're going to hate Donruss design this year. For me, I actually am leaning a little bit. I am not a fan of the emoji stuff, but I I am actually leaning towards maybe liking it, and maybe loving it, but I totally get how some people would say this is not for me. Um, Obviously, one of the negatives, and it will be a negative until everyone figures this out, band levels that are much higher than we are, guys. But there are no Major League Baseball logos in this set. They do not own the rights to it. Another negative, I think, is that the historical set value doesn't hold up well compared with other sets. Obviously, like the top, if you compare this with the Topps flagship does hold more value than Donruss. So that's you gotta take a few points off for that. And then as I look at the auto checklist, it does have highlights. There are some good autos in there. Don't get me wrong. Tu Jordan Alvarez's, Bo Bichette, you name all the people. Yes, they are in there, but there are a lot of autos, and some of them do feel like it's a little bit of filler. So as you start cracking some of this stuff open and you go, well, whose auto is this? I think that's going to happen more often than you might think. And then the other thing is obviously the sticker autos on top of that. And then I think another negative, which is going to be true of any retail plus hobby release, production on this is going to be high, guys. It's the flagship product. This is not a limited release, which that will tend to drag prices down over time. And then the other thing that I think is a negative in this, when you look at the relics are really unimaginative this year. It's like they've got the 86 design and then Donruss materials, and that's basically it. There is not a lot of different ideas. There's not, they didn't dive deep into the relics at all. I think it's pretty unimaginative, and I think they could have done better on the relics. So with that being said, guys, this brings us to our 1 cent sensational rating. Here's how we broke it down. We've got 10 different categories: appeal, base checklist, inserts, parallels and variations, auto checklist, the pack odds / production numbers, the card quality, the historical value, the artistic value, and the cost value. So as we break this down, the appeal, I don't think it has as wide of appeal as Topps. I do think that people every year get excited for Donruss, especially if you've collected for a long time. Donruss has a long history in the hobby. If you collected all the way back into the 60s, Donruss is around. It was a big name in the 80s and 90s. It's gone through a lot of transformations over the years, but I think with the rated rookie, I think it's got appeal. But I think with this year, with the design tweaks and everything that they've done, I think that's going to pull back some of the appeal a little bit. So we're going to give it a 6. I think the base checklist is a solid checklist. I do like the rookie checklist, so I've bumped it up a little bit for that. You've got veterans in there. It's a nice mix. So overall, I'm going to give it a 7. When I look at the inserts, and this kind of takes you into that relic land, if you will, I'm only going to give it a 5. I'm not a big fan of the relics at all. And I also look at some of the inserts and say, like, this idea that they've gone TV, the now showing, the as seen on TV, that to me doesn't seem imaginative, and it doesn't really scream baseball to me. So I'm going to give it a 5. The parallels and variations, look, Donruss knows how to do, and Panini, they know how to do parallels. So I'm going to go ahead and give that a 7. And I do like that there's the 3 sets of the 3 entire set variations. So we'll go ahead and give that a 7. The auto checklist, as I mentioned just a couple minutes ago, there are highlights in it, but there is a lot of filler, and they are on-card autos. So I'm going to say that's about average. I'm going to give it a 5. And then I think pack odds and production, although I do feel that these will be fun packs to open because of the wide release that Donruss is going to get. This stuff is going to be on shelves throughout the whole summer. Yeah, they produce a ton of this stuff. So I'm going to say I think it'll be fun. So I actually give it a point or 2 more for that, because they have done enough to make it to where you can get a numbered card and kind of pull maybe a card or 2 out of each pack. That'll be fun to pull. But overall, I think the production numbers on this are going to be pretty high. So I'm going to go ahead and give that a 3. The card quality, kind of a middle of the road card quality that you're going to get from Donruss on the flagship set. So we'll give that a 5. Historical value, obviously, if you guys know and follow stuff on the different resale markets, the historical value of Donruss does not hold nearly the weight that a lot of the other products do. So I'm going to go ahead and give that a 2. Artistic value, I think they missed the boat a little bit here and went a little too far this year. So I'm going to go ahead and give that a 4. However, all that being said, the cost value on this is one of the cheapest sets you can buy into. They will be fun packs to open. So the cost and the value and the fact that you can pull some pretty decent cards. If you're looking for value, there are cards that are valuable in this, especially some of the parallels and whatnot, and some of the autos. So I think the cost value on this, I'm going to go ahead and give that a 9. So here's how this breaks down. We're going to add up all these scores, and you can see the scoring on the left here. We will add up all the scores, and this will tell you kind of on a rating of like 1 to 5 stars where Donruss Baseball lands. And here's where it lands. It got a final rating of 53 after adding everything up. So that puts it squarely as a 3-star set. Not quite into that 4-star territory. The Top Series 1 did break the 4-star. It broke real close to the 4-star. So I do think Top Series 1 is better, but as a flagship product, this is not a bad one. And so the 1 cent sensational set rating for 2020 Donruss Baseball will go down as a 3-star product with a final rating of 53. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this in-depth review and ranking of 2020 Donruss Baseball. Let me know what your thoughts are about the set in the comments below. If you have not done so already, please throw over to first. Hit that like button for me. That always helps me out. And with that, guys, I hope you have fun opening up the new 2020 Donruss Baseball packs, no matter what version you buy into. If you have questions about the set, you can always comment me below. And with that, guys, I hope you enjoyed this review. And until next time, good luck on your pack rips.